Ever find yourself musing over whether you're genuinely on the path to healing? It's a question that has likely crossed your mind more than once. You see, healing is not always a clear-cut process. It's a journey, often filled with twists, turns, and a few detours. But every so often, there are signs, signals that indicate you're making progress, moving forward, and yes, healing. Understanding these signs is crucial. They serve as beacons of light, guiding us through the foggy path of healing. They reassure us that we're on the right track, even when the road seems rough and the journey long. That's why today, we're exploring a topic that's so close to our hearts: the 5 signs that indicate you're healing. Our goal is to provide you with a roadmap, a guide to help you identify these signs in your own life's journey. So, without further ado, let's delve into these signs that prove you're healing. The first sign you're healing is an increased sense of self-awareness. You might wonder, what does self-awareness have to do with healing? Well, let me tell you, it has everything to do with it. Self-awareness is the ability to observe and understand our own thoughts, feelings, and actions. It's like holding up a mirror to our inner selves. When we become more self-aware, we start to notice patterns in our behavior that we might not have recognized before. For instance, let's consider personal triggers. These are situations, people, or even certain times of the day that prompt a strong emotional response from us. It could be something as simple as a song that brings back a rush of memories, or a person whose presence makes us feel uneasy. With increased self-awareness, we start to identify these triggers. We understand their roots and how they impact our emotions. Now let's think about our emotional responses. Have you ever found yourself reacting in a certain way and later wondered why? That's where self-awareness comes in. It helps us understand why we react the way we do. We start to see the link between our emotions and our actions. We begin to recognize the difference between a reaction driven by past hurt and a response prompted by the present situation. Lastly, consider our thought patterns. We all have certain ways of thinking that guide our actions. Some of these thought patterns can be self-limiting or even destructive. By becoming more self-aware, we can identify these patterns and work towards changing them. We learn to replace negativity with positivity, fear with courage, and doubt with confidence. So you see, self-awareness is like a compass guiding us through the maze of our minds. It helps us understand where we are, where we want to go, and how to get there. It allows us to take control of our lives rather than being controlled by our past experiences or fears. And that, my friends, is healing. It's about understanding and accepting ourselves, about gaining control over our lives and our emotions. It's about growing and evolving, becoming better versions of ourselves. Increased self-awareness, thus, is a powerful sign that you're on a healing journey. Sign number 2 is improved emotional intelligence. Now, what exactly is emotional intelligence? Simply put, it's the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. It's a cornerstone of self-improvement and healing. As we journey through life, we encounter a variety of experiences, some delightful, others not so much. These experiences stir up a whirlpool of emotions within us. Emotional intelligence helps us navigate this whirlpool, enabling us to identify and manage our emotions. We're not talking about suppressing feelings here, but rather acknowledging them, understanding their source, and using that knowledge to guide our behavior and thinking. An increase in emotional intelligence often manifests as better emotional control. You may find yourself less reactive to situations that would previously upset you. Instead, you respond thoughtfully, even in the face of adversity. You're able to hold your ground, maintain your calm, and make decisions that are not clouded by heightened emotions. Improved emotional intelligence also brings about a heightened sense of empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's about stepping into someone else's shoes and viewing the world from their perspective. As your emotional intelligence grows, so does your empathy. You become more understanding, less judgmental, and more compassionate. Understanding your own emotions is another key facet of emotional intelligence. It's about recognizing what you're feeling and why. This self-awareness allows you to identify patterns in your emotional responses, helping you to manage your reactions better. It's like being the captain of your own ship, steering through the stormy seas of emotions with a steady hand and a clear mind. In conclusion, emotional intelligence is a vital part of the healing process. It's about harnessing the power within you to understand, manage, and express your emotions in a healthy way. It's about empathy, understanding, and control. It's about navigating the whirlpool of emotions with grace and finesse. So, a growth in emotional intelligence is another sign assuring you that you're healing. The third sign that you're healing is a positive shift in perspective. Imagine standing at the edge of a Grand Canyon, the vast expanse stretching out before you. This view, though intimidating, is also awe-inspiring. Now imagine this canyon as a metaphor for life's challenges. How you perceive this view, whether as a daunting abyss or a magnificent spectacle, is a testament to your perspective. When you're on a healing journey, one of the most significant transformations you'll notice is a change in how you perceive life's ups and downs. This is not about merely slapping a happy sticker on every situation. It's about adopting a more nuanced, optimistic viewpoint. It's about understanding that every experience, whether positive or negative, has something to teach us. For instance, consider a setback or a failure. While it's natural to feel disappointed or discouraged initially, a positive shift in perspective allows you to see these moments as opportunities for learning and growth. You start to appreciate the fact that without these challenges, there would be no catalyst for change. This shift is not an overnight process. It's a gradual transformation, much like the sunrise slowly brightening the dark sky. You start to focus more on solutions rather than problems. You begin to value progress over perfection. You become more resilient, more adaptable, and more open to new possibilities. But how does this shift come about? It's a combination of self-reflection, mindfulness, and a conscious decision to approach life with a growth mindset. It's about choosing to see the silver lining, even when the clouds are dark and heavy. So, if you find yourself looking at life through a more hopeful lens, if you're seeing challenges as opportunities, and if you're focusing on growth rather than stagnation, then rejoice. These are clear signs that you're healing. And remember, this shift in perspective is not about ignoring life's hardships. It's about facing them head-on with courage, resilience, and a steadfast belief in your ability to overcome. Therefore, a positive shift in perspective is a solid indicator that you're healing. Sign number 4. You're building healthier relationships. As we traverse the path of healing, we find ourselves forging stronger, healthier relationships. This is a manifestation of the progress we're making, a testament of our growth. But how does this take shape, you might wonder? Firstly, it begins with setting boundaries. Healthy boundaries are like invisible lines we draw around ourselves to protect our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. It's saying no when something doesn't align with our values or drains us. It's about respecting our own needs and wants, and making them known to others. It's also about understanding and respecting the boundaries of those around us. It's a balancing act, and when we get it right, it's a sign of our healing. Next, improved communication. This isn't just about speaking effectively, but also about listening actively. It's about expressing our feelings and thoughts openly, without fear of judgment or criticism. When we find ourselves able to hold meaningful and open dialogues, it's a clear sign that we're healing. We're becoming more comfortable with vulnerability, and that's a beautiful thing. Finally, respect. This is a two-way street. Respect for oneself and respect for others. When we respect ourselves, we value our own feelings, thoughts, and experiences. We don't downplay our achievements or magnify our mistakes. We accept ourselves as we are, with all our imperfections. And when we respect others, we acknowledge their feelings, thoughts, and experiences as valid and important. We treat them with kindness and understanding, just as we would want to be treated. But remember, healthier relationships don't mean perfect relationships. They're still filled with ups and downs, disagreements, and reconciliations. But it's the way we navigate these challenges that signifies our healing. With patience, understanding, and compassion, we build relationships that are not only healthier, but also more fulfilling. So, cultivating healthier relationships is yet another sign of your healing. And finally, the fifth sign of your healing is acceptance. This is the moment when you acknowledge everything about yourself, warts and all, and embrace it all with open arms. Acceptance is not about condoning or approving. It's about recognizing what is, and then deciding what to do next. Imagine you're standing in front of a mirror, looking at your reflection. You see your strengths, your weaknesses, your victories, and your failures. You see all the times you've stumbled, and all the times you've soared. You see the whole picture of who you are, and you say, yes, this is me, I accept myself. This acceptance extends to your past as well. Healing isn't about erasing past mistakes or regrets. It's about accepting them as part of your life's journey. You acknowledge that you've made mistakes, but you also understand that these mistakes have shaped who you are today. You've learned from them, grown from them, and you're a stronger person because of them. Just like a tree with deep roots and a thick trunk, your past experiences give you strength and stability. They're not something to be discarded or regretted, but rather, they're something to be accepted and appreciated. They're part of your story, part of who you are. Now that we've discussed the 5 signs of healing, it's time to recap. In our journey together through this video, we've explored the powerful indicators that show us we're on the right path toward healing and growth. Each of these signs is a beacon of light guiding us further along our personal journey. The first sign we explored was increased self-awareness. This is the ability to look within and understand the nature of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It's about understanding our triggers, our responses, and the patterns that shape our lives. It's like becoming the cartographer of our own internal landscape, mapping out the terrain of our emotions and experiences to better navigate our path. Next, we delved into the realm of improved emotional intelligence. This is a sign that we're not only becoming more aware of our own emotions, but also developing a deeper understanding of the emotions of others. It's about empathy, compassion, and the ability to connect with people on a deeper level. It's about understanding that emotions are not something to be feared or avoided, but rather, they are a fundamental part of our human experience. Thirdly, we discussed the positive shift in perspective. This is about seeing the world and our place in it through a more optimistic lens. It's about learning to find the silver lining in every cloud, to see challenges as opportunities for growth, and to view setbacks as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. A positive perspective is like a compass pointing us toward hope and resilience. The fourth sign of healing we explored was the development of healthier relationships. This sign indicates that we're learning to establish boundaries, to communicate more effectively, and to nurture connections that are supportive and empowering. It's about recognizing the value of mutual respect, understanding, and love in our interactions with others. As we heal, we attract and foster relationships that mirror our growth. Finally, we touched on the profound sign of acceptance. To accept is to acknowledge our experiences, our feelings, and our past without judgment. It's about making peace with our history, embracing our present, and opening our arms to the future. Acceptance is the key that unlocks the door to healing. Each of these signs is a testament to the strength and resilience that resides within us. They show us that we're not just surviving, but thriving, growing, and evolving. Recognizing these signs is crucial because it reminds us of how far we've come, and it encourages us to continue moving forward on our healing journey. Remember, healing is not a linear process. There will be ups and downs, peaks and valleys. There may be times when you feel like you're taking 2 steps back for every step forward, but every step, every moment, every breath is a part of your journey. Don't be discouraged if you're not experiencing all these signs at once. Healing takes time. It's a process of unfolding, of peeling back layers, of uncovering the truth of who you are. It's not about reaching a destination, but about embracing the journey. So keep moving forward, keep growing, keep exploring the vast landscape of your inner world, and most importantly, keep healing. Remember, the journey of healing is personal and unique to each individual, so keep moving forward, keep growing, and most importantly, keep healing.